Hey everybody, welcome to Apocalypse Ales with your host Chris Slauson. Oh, as you can see, we're broadcasting through the dystopia of, well, it was the future, but it is now, and we just gotta get used to this, guys. This is the new normal. Do I look good? It's kind of the same as a burqa. Alright, let's take it off. I'm not going to do the whole fucking podcast like this. I'm in Sweden, I don't have to.
Excuse me. Oh, that feels better. Oh, sorry about that, guys, but that was just to show solidarity to my peeps in Colorado. Where it is now mandatory to wear the masks. Okay. Guess we're gonna do that now. I thought there was enough evidence out there. Apparently not. But let's not talk about the virus because that just gets everybody pissed off, including me. So let's give a quick burp and welcome you to Anarchy Ales. The only place to get that peaceful pint. Yeah, I do sound effects. Give me a job, Hollywood. Wait, and I remember, quit touching the fucking boom or whatever it's called in the industry. How you guys doing? How's everything out there? We're over 50 subscribers. Hallelujah. And I don't understand how, because I'm a mess. Now, I wanted to talk about that a little bit. I really appreciate everyone that's jumped on, has commented, especially the homeboy Kev Dog, who's out there, always commenting. Thank you, my one top fan. And yeah, I know I said I was gonna do it every week, but it's just with the shit of my life, it's a lot right now. So I'm gonna try to do with this bi-weekly stuff. Try to do little short clips and stuff. Maybe that'll work a little easier. But I don't want to take this uber serious, if you will. And one is fucking time. I mean, I gotta pay the bills. I gotta pay the taxes, right? We gotta think of the elderly in the homes and the sick children on the streets. We gotta think about the bombs we need to drop on innocent people, duh. So I gotta pay taxes. Ow, yeah, baby. Right now, we're drinking Paul Liner. We're drinking their Hells, baby. Okay. And yeah, I just kind of want to keep it punk, man. I really want to keep it punk based. I don't want to get too invested in it. I want to get better. Don't get me wrong. That is the whole goal of this, is to get better and to provide more content and get out there. But I mean, I don't want to take it too serious. This is supposed to be fucking fun, and I want to rage out and just fucking. I want to make Anarchy punk again. Let's make Anarchy punk again, dude. I mean, if you think about it, all the punks now, they're just CNN. They're mainstream. They're just saying that. I mean, and I love punk music. It's my go-to. It's terrible. Sorry. I mean, I love NoFX. Yeah, I know they're leftists, but I think they're anarchist. Fat Mike and those guys. But I remember when I told you I was neocon. Me and a friend went to Punk on the Rocks at Red Rocks, and I think it was first it was Street Dogs. We missed that because we were getting too drunk in the parking lot, and then I lost my ticket, and so I had to fucking like scalp another one. Or buy off a scalper, whatever. I scalped the scalper. And then it was Bouncing Souls, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, and NoFX was headlining. And I remember, I think it was an election year with Bush. It must have been 2008, I guess, right? Would that make sense? What the fuck? It doesn't matter, whatever. And we actually, and they had like some banner that came down and it was like, fuck Cheney, I hope you get a heart attack and die. And I was like, holy shit. And we left. and now, I just realized like punk isn't just about music. It's so cultural. And I would love to do a whole episode about that. Anyway, fuck it. Punk. How about that? You thought I was going to talk about punk today? Well, I'm not. Actually, today was quite fucking fun. Man. So I'm separated from the mother of my children, and but I've got a girl I've been dating for 5 years now. And she's anarchist. And this weekend, man, dude, my kids, I got twins, and they're 6 years old, so they're starting to comprehend life a little bit, like they kind of understand. Okay, if I push my brother down, I'm pretty sure there's a negative result of that, Or, hey, there's worms crawling in this dirt. Should I eat it? And now they're coming to the age of like, no, I probably shouldn't. So they're gaining consciousness more and more. It's awesome. It's fucking rad to watch. I love it, man. And our baby girl, we dyed her hair. She's got green, blue, purple. She's rocking it out. Looking sharp as shit. Punk as shit, dude. Punker than you. You might think you're punk, but you're not punk if you're 6. Or you're not as punk as a 6-year-old with dyed hair. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. And yeah, and the kids are really like curious of why the situation is and whatever, and a lot of it has to do with, dad's got to work and he's got to be here, and it's just hard, right? And we got into the topic of government, and it was, I took out my pay stub and I showed it, and I was like trying to explain, and so I took some like beads and just explained how much of that goes away, and you could just see in their eyes how just terrible that was. But, Dad, you work so hard. Why no money? If they want canned your toys, I gotta say, well, fuck, Dad's he's a poor punk, man. He's a poor punk redneck. I'm spending it all on beer and podcast equipment. I got time for you, It's all about me. How am I supposed to do this without drinking a lot? And by I mean just trying to get through life. It's very hard. I'm just kidding, guys. Everything's great today. Today's been a great day. And I can't fucking wait to do this with you. And so anyway, get back on track. So explaining all this stuff, I think it was like Saturday, whatever. And And then Satan, my ex came and we picked up the kids. And the first thing the kids are doing is going, Mama, did you know the government is dumb? Did you know that they take all your money, and if you don't, they put you in jail? Oh, pride. Mommy, did you know that the police, they beat you up if you don't pay for your taxes? Huh, Mommy? And boy, did that not go over well. But I just moonwalked out of there. Deal with that, bitch. Oh, God, it feels good to be a dad. You gotta get ahead of it, man. You can't let these commies win. You can't let them fill your kids up with this bullshit. And that's just the way I do it, man. I don't know. The truth is hard, and I wish upon a star that somebody would have told me some of these realities. And man, it was so fucking funny, man. I was so inspired by it. I went up and started brewing a beer. I brewed a beer because I mean, come on, why wouldn't you celebrate by brewing a beer? You don't have to pay taxes on that either. Oh God, double the whammy, dude. So I went up, brewed a beer, did a saison, black pepper, of course, black pepper saison, no big whoop, like 7.5%. And that's another thing. I want to do recordings of the home brews and maybe review my home brews that you can't taste. What do you think about that? I mean, if you want to taste my beers, become my friend. It's that simple. Come on over. I got a kegerator. And so kids are getting corrupted in the good way. I guess they're getting educated because they're going to start school this year. And that, Swedish compulsory school. Oh. Let's learn about kings. Let's learn about social justice. Let's learn about gender. And I'm like, they're 6. Can you teach them math first? Teach them ABCs? And then in Sweden, the 3 extra ones that I can't pronounce, the something like that. Been here 10 years, still can't say it. I am an idiot. Men, jag heter Chris. Jag kommer från USA. Välkommen till Anarchy. Not to brag. So brewed that beer. It's fermented now. Give it 2 weeks, and maybe I'll do some more filming, and I can do a little review. But my point of this fucking episode, now that I've talked for 15 minutes about absolutely nothing, is, drumroll please, sound effects. Agorism. Oh, what? What's that, Chrissy? Chrissy? I've never heard of such words. Well, I'm going to tell you something. It has inspired me quite a bit. I've known about it for a while, but I went on a deep dive with this. Why? Because a friend asked me what the fuck agorism was, and I said, I'll do an episode for you. You're welcome, Mats. Agorism, or agorism, if you're European. Agorism, to me, is basically, I guess, anarchism pure. It's from the source. It's you can put, you can put anarcho-capitalist, anarcho-communist. You can put anarcho butt play, anarcho salami power, anarcho road rage, anarcho Mad Max, anarcho fisherman. There's all sorts of anarchy out there. As long as you're against the state, I don't care. You can. It doesn't bother me. I don't care how you get there, as long as you're against that authoritarian shit. Anarcho IKEA, because there's IKEA furniture everywhere here. If you want to support me, IKEA, go ahead and email me. As long as you're not shipping children. Wayfair, are you sending children or not? I mean, just tell us. IKEA, are you sending Swedish boys and girls? Although all your stuff's probably made in China, so pure anarchism. It is the most like radical of individual. You are. It's the purest form. It's basically it's really has to do with economics, and it has to do with like the purest form of economics. There's no state involved, and that's just the free market. It's just the absolute free market. And the word agora is Greek, and it stands for open marketplace. Ooh, beautiful history also. And with agorism, the NAP, the non-aggression principle, it has to uphold, right? Like you have to be against initiating violence to be an anarchist. You have to have like some voluntary exchange. Well, that's just economics. That's just the free market. That's just people exchanging goods, barter, trade, buy, sell, whatever it is. That's just pure voluntaristic exchange. Okay. So it's basically moral versus unmoral. What the state is unmoral, the free market, the anarchist. That's the moral stance. Okay. And the idea with agorism is we're creating a market to just take any amount of dollars, crowns, yens, the euro, the pounds, the fucking pesos, all of it, take that out of the state's hands and keep it in our own pockets. We want to starve the state. We don't want to fight them. We don't want to go to war with them, because they usually got, like I said, the nukes and the fucking and the spies and the guys who show up in unmarked vans and throw you in them. And oh god, I would love to talk about that also sometime. Oh boy. And it's trying to unite agorists together in some sort of market. It's just very pure. I mean, if you're communist or fascist or socialist, it's not for you. You can't do it. You're not. Well, you're an asshole. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just call you an asshole because you think stealing from people is okay? Ow. Bye. Sorry, if this is gonna be the punk podcast, make what did I say? Make punk anarchist again? Harshness, dude. I'm gonna mosh pit into your mind. I'm gonna throw an elbow at you. Okay, I'm gonna shove your girlfriend. It's gonna be rough, but it's gonna be worth it. Okay, because you're gonna feel the energy, baby. You're gonna feel the bouncing. And so, if commies want to own the production, or the fascists want to nationalize it, or socialists want to distribute it, you're not getting the fucking point, dude. So that's a little brief summary. The history is pretty recent. It stems from like Ludwig von Mises, Murray Rothbard. Its roots are libertarian. The gentleman named Samuel Edward Konkin III. Check him out. Check out his YouTubes. He was a sci-fi nerd. another chubby white guy. But he wrote some good stuff. I mean, he was such a badass. He was an illegal from Canada, and I don't think he paid his taxes ever. Well, maybe not ever, but longer than you and I. I'm an anarchist, and I still fucking paying taxes like a dork. Got kids, don't want to lose them. Don't want to sit in jail and try to raise babies. I'm a hypocrite. And he basically wrote, I guess, the manifesto. It's called the New Libertarian Manifesto. It's a short read. I think it's like 100 pages, if that. You can listen to it on YouTube. Highly recommend it. Check it out. And it's talking about this counter economics, how we can build up certain systems and try to take down the system. Because like I said last time with that secession idea, I think it's a peaceful solution. But even then, the state is still gonna want to stop you. Like, you're still gonna want to be crushed for even trying to even think about it. Right? Like, if I don't know, you're in a crack house and everyone's there, but you're maybe like the sugar daddy who's making a little more, and you got a little more crack than everyone else, and you're like, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna get better crack, and then they all mob up on you because you're like, you can't leave. You got the best crack, man. We need that. I've never been in a crack house, so I don't know what that's like. Share your stories with me. Share your stories of your crack addictions. That'd be great. Please don't share your stories of your crack addictions. I'm sure they're very sad. But, I don't know. Drugs, very agorist. Wheeling, dealing, selling. No taxes on it. I'm a big fan of crack addicts. Fuck. Oh, God. I'm an idiot. But if you think about it, I'm guessing most people watching this are either in Sweden or the States. Not weird. It'd be really fucking weird if my biggest following is in Brazil. That would fucking blow my mind. And we have a heavy state here. We have a heavy fucking state. But yet I'm sure people who might buy drugs illegally or work under the table here and there. But if you think of like maybe second or third world countries, it's probably mostly in the gray and black markets. Think about it. I think I think Konkin mentioned that Burma, like 90% of it is in the black market. Right? Mainly it was just the military, the police, and some politicians that was left over. So there's a lot of fucking money in those, right? I mean that's how I mean you can make your judgment on their cultural beliefs or whatever, but that's how they're surviving. Right? They have an authoritarian government that's crushing down on them or just that they're not as developed. They still partake in this market that most of us in the first world we don't partake in. And is that a bad fucking thing? I actually think it's rad as shit. That's cool as fuck, man. Now we don't want to sell humans, but I mean, if they're making a living trying to get by, then I don't see the issue. I mean, if you think of like the USSR, when it was going on, they would basically write like, you need to produce this much wheat, and they would come in, they would steal your fucking wheat, and they would steal your surpluses, and so people were like, well, fuck, I won't make more. I'll just make enough for my family, and then people start ratting on them, whatever. It got really fucking difficult to live because everything they produced was just taken. So instead, they would start like exchanging with vodka, right? Like that became their currency. Or if you made a certain amount of sausages, you could swap it out for some grain. That is so agorist. That the USR was crushing down on these people, trying to get their quotas, and they're like, well, fuck this shit, man. I'll just fucking. Life is hard. I'm fucking a kid. I'm hungry. I have no rubles. Were they called rubles back then? Probably Stalin coin. Leonard. And so it just became a natural process of just survival, basically. I mean, the tougher it got, the more the black market would open up. I mean, look at the lockdowns now, right? You could start a speakeasy and make a ton of fucking money. I mean, why not? Oh, it's illegal? Well, I mean, who gives a shit? You're just trying to survive, right? I love it, man. Beautiful. So let's take a break. Let's take a break, and we'll talk about a little bit of the markets. Okay? We'll talk about the phases and the options. This is the Agorism Podcast, Agorist Ales. Episode 5. Be right back, baby. Don't leave me. Ever. Don't ever fucking leave me. Fucking hear me? Ever fucking leave me. What up, crew? You're back with El Capitan. Welcome back. Hey, did you come back because you're interested on how we destroy the state? Guess what? If you did come back because you want to destroy the state with me, you're at the right place, because we're going to keep doing it until I get blacklisted and thrown in that van. Oh, you think they're only going to come for the communists? Ugh. Will I ever defend a commie? No, never. Okay? They get thrown in a van. I don't applaud it, But am I glad that they're gone? Yes. But will I be terrified that they come for me? Yes. But will I shoot? I don't know. That's a big question. But I will say that is terrifying that we got Gestapo, or in Japan, the it's not Kampai. Kampai. I can't remember what they're called. They got a secret police too. It doesn't matter because you can look it up. That's the great thing about this. I just tease you a little bit. Okay? I caress you. I whisper sweet nothings into your ear, like taxation is theft. Or Bitcoin, not bombs. And I bring you in and I say, hey, aren't these ideas interesting? And you're kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of digging what this guy is spitting. And you come in and he's like, yeah, you know, he's got a great mustache. Looking great. And then guess what? I sell you. I sell you on the black market. Welcome to my human trafficking ring. I brought you in with my ideas, and now we just attack you with all of our anarchist ideas and throw you around with other anarchists. Now you're stuck in our circle. Actually, that's why I got the mustache, is because I heard this awesome thing in Hollywood. I don't know, some sex trafficking thing, and I thought, well, I'd get a mustache and fit right in. Get a van also. What confusing times. You either have a van with candy in it, or you have a van with federal agents in it. Has there ever been a good van? I don't know. Dick Van Dyke? Jean-Claude Van Damme? Oh, fuck. These are the dad jokes you'll get off the fly. Okay. Enough about pedophile rings and mustaches and vans. Let's get back into the meat. If you're vegan, back into... Do you guys eat mushrooms? Back into the tree bark. Everyone's welcome here. Like I said, you're all welcome. As long as you're not initiating force and we're all getting along, baby boy, baby girl, I got no problems. Okay, so agorism is counter economics. We're trying to take away the power of the state by using the free market. Okay? Well, free market, that basically just means government, you ain't welcome. Hey, mafia, you want to try to take some of the dough? No. This is a voluntary exchange, and you're not welcome here. You hear me? All right. So, there are basically... I mean, we had the 4th of July episode, and it was the 4th. And now we have the 5th episode, and we're going to talk about the 5 markets. And you know, after the break, your boy has gone with Opie Gourds, Utah, double IPA. Hazy, fruity, 8%. Finish the podcast. The prodcast? The prodcast. Finish it hard. First market would be the white market. Okay? The white market is basically what all normies partake in, right? Like, let's go to work 9 to 5. Yeah, it's me. I told you, I don't want to go to jail. It's me. I don't want to partake in this shit quite yet. Let's get the kids a little older, and then I can get them involved, and they can be part of the mafia. Okay, let's get them. El Capitan has to wait a little bit till they become little. Inte más, men Paquito el Capitan. Paquito el Capitan. So the white market is legal employment, taxed goods, regulated goods, your basic day-to-day shit. And that's where the state is getting the cheddar. And we want to get rid of that. We want to kind of get out of that. We want to get out of that as an agorist. We don't want to be so much in the white market. Well, actually, we don't want to be there at all. If that's definitely not where we want to be. And I brewed that beer today. Yes, I did pay taxes on the malt and the hops, but I'm going to get about a 7.5% beer, about 20 liters, no taxes on that. Okay, when I had the brewery, I was selling beer to Systembolaget for about 11, 13 crowns, something like that. And that's just for one bottle. On the shelf, it was about 29.30. So that difference was all just in taxation. Okay? I made about 50 öre. Not a lot. Like a nickel a beer. But now I brew at home. Okay, I pay the taxes on the malt. I don't know where to get that stuff quite yet. It'd be cool to do a completely fucking tax-free beer, but oh man, that'd be hard. It'd be tough. But it's a fucking step. It's a step. I don't have to go to the monopoly who owns the fucking liquor stores here. I brew the beer. Bam, boom. Okay. That brings us to the markets that we want to be on. That's the gray and the black. The gray is basically if you work, maybe your boss, you pay under the table. Illegal immigration, pay under the table. No big whoop. Okay? Untaxed goods, unregulated goods. You're trying to basically be in the white, looking like it, faking it till you make it. But you're cutting the corners. You're not as clean as Svenny Svensson or as average Joe would be. Okay? And the black market is the third one. And the third one is we're getting a little naughty now. We're back to naughty, okay? Anarchy ales, we're all about the naughty. That naughty dirty bastard. And it's more to do with definitely drugs, right? Because that's a no-no in the state size. It's like, ugh, oh my god, especially here in Sweden. I mean, fuck, the only thing you can get is alcohol, and it's owned by the government. I mean, even the doctors are cheap on the opioids. Prostitution is another one. Getting that poontang. And I'll never forget, I had 6 feminists yell at me and said, all prostitution is rape. I'll let you suck on that caramel. Suck it hard. Let me know what you think. Maybe we'll do a whole episode about that because another would be weapons. Like your guns, your knives, your crossbows, your trebuchets, your black powder cannons, your recreational nukes. Okay. Now we're in the black market. We're not doing harm to anyone. We're just exchanging goods. Okay. We're still in the market. We're just buying stuff. You're working under the table with that money. You're fucking buying nukes with it. The third, I would say, let's go with red market or the fourth is red market. And this is the bad one. Is it the worst? No, but it's bad. And it has to do with murder, theft, rape, slavery, shit like that. That is a no-go with agorists, right? You're fucking up the NAP. You're hurting other people. It's a no-go. Weird, because the state partakes in all of that. Which brings us to the fifth market, which is the pink markets. War, taxation, state torture, imprisonment, compulsory schools, anything that the government is forcing upon its populace. So agorists, right? We want to stay out of the white, the red, and the pink markets. Those are the no-go zones. We want to get in the gray and the black. Now, I understand that there's a lot of stuff in the white market that, you know, if we could get the taxes and the regulations and all that out of it, then it would just be part of it, right? So, like, just buying a fucking burger would still be agorist, even though it's in the white market. But if we can get the taxes and all that shit off of it, we're just talking about that free market exchange. Getting crisp on that, right? Are you with me? Okay, we're all about getting along, okay? Hey, you white supremacist? All right, fine. I'm not going to deal with you, though. I'm not dealing with you. You commie? All right, fine. Not going to deal with you. All right. Just don't fuck with me while I'm dealing recreational nukes to my friend who's giving me baked bread. Okay? So, brewed that beer today. I'm feeling real agorist. It feels great. I hope to fucking God it tastes good, but I've made a few bad beers. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. One, it was fucking completely garbage green apple taste. Drank it all because there was alcohol in it. Your boy's desperate. So Konkin talked about basically 4 phases of how to achieve this. Toppling the state, basically. Right? It's not we just take guns and start shooting. That shit is caveman. That's old, man. No one does that anymore. Nobody shoots people. Fuck you, kid. It's 2020. You just cancel them on Twitter. Fuck, I'm gonna get canceled on Twitter. Yeah, it's you don't need the violence. You don't need the violence. And basically, zero phase is no agorist, right? It's just we're all just under authoritarian, totalitarian, molestationarian, rape us all-arian, slaverarians. We're living in that, and it sucks. And I'm interpreting this. I'm not sure if Konkin was here next to me, he'd probably correct me. So you do the deep dive. The first is maybe there's a few agorists here and there. They're kind of spread out, not really communicating, but they're trying to make do, right? They're trying to survive, right? Like a good example is like Southeast Asia. There's a lot of people up in the mountains there that the state just can't get to. They can't get to them because of the terrain. It's a great book. Can't fucking remember it. I'll try to post it up in a picture here. Basically about how they couldn't get to him. Again, that's pretty basic, agorist. I guess the second phase, or wait, 0, yeah, I guess second phase, whatever, 0, 1, 2, would be more localized. Where like we start finding each other and we start dealing with each other. We start exchanging goods even though they're illegal, and we start sending goods to each other. We just build that network up. and it slowly evolves, and we get a better communication. We're not getting as silenced as we were before, and we start trying to build this up, right? Like if I have beer and I need my car fixed, I'll maybe just pay with beer. Fucking great option, right? Maybe even the guy I'm dealing with, he's not a proclaimed agorist. He doesn't have on his back of his profile a big gray and black flag. But maybe he just needs that fucking beer. Right? He's willing to have that instead of going to the Monopoly here. So it's perfect. Now, the third phase, I guess, would be where we're so big now, we have so much influence that actual businesses start pushing back on it. They start pushing back on the state, and they go, nah, bro, you can start paying in Bitcoin. Or they start ignoring regulation, and they start ignoring what the state is trying to impose on people. That is a huge fucking step. I don't know. I'm guessing right now we're probably on the last phase. But there are a few businesses that have been trying to do this. I mean, like Ross Ulbricht. He's in jail right now, which is horseshit. For the Silk Road, it's basically just a website to buy drugs and whatever. That was a big thing. Free Ross, man. Check that out. That's a horrible story. I'll do an episode about that too. Cody Wilson's another guy who's doing 3D printed guns. He's sending out the, I guess, what is it, CAD? God, I'm stupid again. He's sending out the Excel. He's sending out the Gmail files on that about how to print guns. Satoshi, the guy who made the Bitcoin, right? Those are huge movements against the state. I mean, could you imagine if, let's say, Apple would actually finally go, well, fuck this shit? I mean, they won't because they're a giant corporation getting the old rusty trombone. And it's horse shit, but this is the process. So I guess, right now we're kind of still in phase 2 of it all. Not getting a lot of help from the businesses, thanks. And the fourth and final phase, I guess, would just be an agri-society where everything is on the free market, where we're free to exchange. We can exchange goods, all good. No big issues. Are we? Is it going to be soon? I don't know. It's a really good question, actually. Sometimes I amaze myself. I'll put it this way. I think the state is extremely slow. I think they're really slow in their process. That they can't keep up, basically. With all the bureaucracy of it all, the papers, the fucking voting on this, Senate around, all the corruption, the favors, the lobbyists, all of it. It's just way slow. Versus some punk ass teenager who's coding, who's just like, oh, done. I mean, that is agorist as fuck. And I mean, some of the biggest agorists are the younger generations, because they don't feel the need to fall in line as quick. I mean, like that excitement of rebelling a little bit, just, oh, fuck you, mom and dad, I just do what I want. I think this huge meme culture is part of it. They're trying to silence it more and more, but even shit like that is just, it's just evolving so quick. AOC or fucking Bernie or Trump can come out with some speech, and they can talk for a half hour, and some asshole can make a meme in 5 minutes and destroy them. Doesn't cost anyone nothing, and he usually gets a good laugh. and we get to see what these people actually are. That is awesome. So, I guess some options are, right? Like, one thing I thought of the past was when they drove 55, truckers would use like CB radios to let people know when cops are around, shit like that, right? Yeah, employing illegal immigrants, pay in Bitcoin, hydroponics, grow your own vegetables, make your own weapons with slam fires, 3D print your own weapons, try to reduce as much taxes that you're paying. That's really important too, is trying to reduce that amount, but it's harder and harder now. I think they're trying, really trying to digitize money, and that's really hard to avoid. They talk about income taxes before, and they were like 90% or whatever. I think like in the 50s or something. But the thing was, it was so much easier to avoid it versus now. It's so instantaneous. That's the problem, right? Like, the state is slow, but they're still trying to keep up. They're still trying to fucking eat us. Uber, trade, share, barter, any of that type of shit. I think a big component is trying to find other agorists and communicate with them, getting up good communication networks, trying to figure that out. So that way we don't get silenced. I mean, I think for me, that's the biggest issue, is the communication right now. If I'm just an agorist sitting here and I brew a beer and maybe I bake some bread and all that, well, that's okay to a point, but there's going to be some point that I need help from an outside source. If I want it to be tax-free, and like, it's going to take time before I can get to that fucking point. And we need communication though, so I can exchange or use Bitcoin to figure that out. But that's the point of it all, is to, I guess, save a buck a little bit and destroy the state in this like slow manner of just getting rid of it, right? We just slowly fucking, yeah, you're not worth it. You're not worth it, government. We don't need you. We don't need you for this shit. I brewed a beer. It's gonna taste okie dokie. It's probably gonna taste great. And I can use that beer for currency if I really needed it, right? Like if I really needed it. But I'm an alcoholic and I need it for the show. So, but I mean, even like silver and gold. What's a Rudolph shit? God, I'm so bad at lyrics, by the way. So bad. You can have silver and gold. You can use Bitcoin, and we can learn to exchange on that. It's really trying to build up these connections. I think is super fucking key. And also another thing is just being prepared. Like being prepared for the worst shit possible. Having some food, having some toilet paper, having some ammo, have some water, get ready for any emergency. Just being prepared is also really smart. Like, that's very agorist. Just being ready for anything, right? If you're just gonna wait for the government to take care of you, oh boy, don't do that. Hey, Hurricane Katrina. Be ready. Be ready. That is agorist, man. So with this agorism, it's counter economics. It's realizing we don't need the state. It's realizing that your community is bigger. It's realizing you can do so much more with what you have. It's starving that beast. That is so key, is trying to starve that monster. Get it out, dude. Get it out. I mean, Schmog, the fucking dragon, he's got, I don't know what he ate in that goddamn cave, but he had too much gold. We got to get it. Maybe he ate the gold. We got to get it out. Keep it for ourselves. Give it here, baby. Because if we take money away from them, they can't keep fighting these fucking wars. Okay? They can't keep putting people in prison. They can't keep doing this shit. They can't keep being unjust people. Giving terrible healthcare service. Terrible drug reforms. All this shit. We starve them, dude. Fuck yeah! I mean, that's where it's at, man. I mean, I think that even makes more sense than the secession shit, to be honest. But secession shit is just a little quicker. So let me know what you think, man. Agorism, dude. The gray, the black. I think it's a great solution. I highly recommend go look it up. Here's a couple books here. We got a few books that I looked. The New Libertarian Manifesto. Check that out. Search for Personal Freedom, Guerrilla Gardening, Community Technology, and hashtag Agora are some of the things I found. And I thought I'd give a little quote here by Samuel in his book. We're using super technology. Never initiate any act of violence regardless of how likely a libertarian result might appear. To do so is to reduce yourself to a statist. There are no exceptions to the rule. Either you are fundamentally consistent or not. A new libertarian is fundamentally consistent, and and one who is not fundamentally consistent is not a new libertarian. And that's what it is. It's being consistent. All right, man. Check me out on YouTube. We're on iTunes now. I'll get it up on Spotify soon. Facebook, Twitter. And if you like what you see, hit me up on Patreon. All right? I think that's it. We're going to end it hard. Okay. Agorism, man. Episode 5. And remember, good ideas don't require force. Check it later.